Hey there everybody, how's it going? I'm sitting in the great outdoors today because I'm getting a little tired of staring at the inside of my house and because we're also setting up a Z-drag today, so let's get into it. For today's demo and setup, I'm just going to use a couple of trees to help me out. Trees are an excellent anchor to use if you can get a strong, healthy one like this one is right now. And if you can get your anchor as low down to the ground as possible. So we're going to set up our anchor. We're just going to use some webbing to do this. A quick tip for setting up an anchor on a tree is you want to take your webbing and wrap around the tree 3 times to make 3 loops around the tree. And then you're going to tie it together with a water knot. What is a water knot? Well, real simple. A water knot is a simple overhand knot. You tie in your webbing here, try and keep your webbing as flat as possible without any other turns in there. Keep it as flat as you can. And then you're going to take the other end of your webbing here, and you're just going to follow the strands back through the knot until you get your water knot. When you're pulling your strands away from the tree, make sure not to use the one with the knot on it. I like to keep the knot next to the tree, although you can put the knot kind of on any of these straps here, but try not to put it right where your carabiner or your attachment device is going to be. So after you've gotten the boat side hooked up and ready to go, you want to hook up your other end of the rope here, and you want to do that by first connecting your pulley to the rope. These pulleys I use are really nice because they just slide open like that. You can feed the rope right into them, slide them back together, clip the carabiner into them, and then clip the whole system onto your main anchor. But we're not done yet with this. We actually have to put one more thing on before we finish this, because as you can tell, there's no way of stopping this from sliding in and out. Like to say, if the boat were to move or if you were to let go of the rope, this whole system's just going to come right out. So we got to put one more thing on there before we're done here. And that is actually to put a prusik or a friction hitch. After you're done with your prusik, remember to hook that back into the carabiner as well, and then lock the carabiner down, because you don't want anything in this system unclipping from the carabiner itself. We're not done yet, however. We got to put one more carabiner in the system, at least one more. So we're going to get more prusik cord out, tie another prusik onto the system, and put our second carabiner on there as well. You want to do this in a spot that's as far out as you can get. Hopefully not too far out in the river, because you don't want to get knocked over by the currents, but as far out as you can get on the rope from your anchor point that's further up on shore. Again, keep in mind where the knot is. You don't want this knot in the main prusik itself, and you don't want the knot where you're going to clip your carabiner into. As a side note, if you have a little too long of a prusik, you could actually tie another knot in there to shorten it up. Just like that. And you can tie additional knots in there if you need to, just to shorten the whole thing up. And of course, you're going to clip a carabiner and a pulley in there, and then run your rope through this carabiner and pulley. Now that we've got the whole system set up and ready to go, we're ready to start pulling. There's two things to keep in mind, however. The first is the brake here next to the anchor. This can get bound up in the pulley, so you might have somebody watching this at all times, or if you're by yourself, just keep an eye on that as you pull. The second thing is actually the second pulley there, because as you pull, that pulley will be coming closer to your anchor here, and from time to time, you might have to reset that pulley. Just grab the prusik and slide it right back down the line. It takes a bit. This system is not fast by any means, but it can get the job done if you needed to get it done. So I'm gonna pull out a little bit. You guys can see how it works. And that is a Z-Drag. It is a really nice and easy system to use when it's needed. It is for boat recovery and kind of gear recovery. It is kind of the last option I would use myself. There are other options out there. As you guys can tell, it takes a little bit of time to set up, and it's really powerful, so it can rip equipment apart if it gets a chance to. Other than that, if you guys liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't like the video, you know, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why, tell me what you guys would have liked to see me do better in this video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my shop too. There's some really awesome designs in the shop. T-shirts, coffee mugs, you know, all sorts of really cool things there. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Go run.